Hello everyone, my name is Shayne Blosky and I'm a firefighter with Drayton Valley, Brazeau County Fire Services out of Station 2 in Breton. And today we're going to talk about wildfires, how they start, grow, and evolve. You see, wildfires don't always happen in the same way. There are many different types of wildfires and stages. So first, let's talk about the types of wildfires. So some wildfires start on the ground, chewing through that subsurface layer of soil called the duff layer. That's down here. We call these types of wildfires ground fires. Now the duff layer is the loosely compacted peat and soil of the dead or dying leaves and twigs and branches on the forest floor that can be susceptible to burning if there's little moisture in the soil. These types of fires are sustained by glowing combustion or without flames and can go undetected for a long period of time because they produce little to no smoke and they spread very slowly, even burning underground. What we have next is what we call surface fires, which spread across the fine fields, burning grasses, shrubs, and trees. They can move very quickly through the grass and can grow in intensity depending on the amount of surface fuel we have, the fuel moisture content, and the topography or wind speed. Now we get into the most intense fire. It's going to be our crowning fires. These fires can move along the ground, but jump up into the canopy, racing through the treetops and engulfing everything in their path. Crown fires can be passive or active. Passive crown fires involve burning of individual trees or small groups of trees, often called torching or candling. Active crown fires, also referred to as a running crown fire, present a large ball of flame from the surface through the canopy fuel layers. They can advance forward as a solid wall and spread out as fingers. All of these types of wildfires present their own challenges for firefighters, and they all have different impacts on the people and the environment, from threatening homes and lives to affecting nature, ecosystems, and the air quality. Now we're going to talk about the stages of fire. First stage we're going to talk about is the out of control fire stage. Now, an out of control fire means the fire is not responding to our fire suppression efforts that are being used, such as aerial water bombers, heavy equipment, and fire crews on the ground. Now, at this stage, the fire is expected to grow. There's no control on the perimeter, and the fire is spreading. This, however, does not mean that it's necessarily a chaotic situation. It just means that the fire is expected to grow beyond, and the probability for it to expand beyond its current perimeters is very high. Now, at this stage, the fire crews would be aggressively attacking the fire, establishing control lines, using heavy equipment, burn-offs, or dropping water, foam, or retardant on the fire using aerial operations. The next stage is what we term the fire as being held or contained. At this point, fire crews have been able to establish a perimeter around the fire, and they are comfortable that the fire is not going to spread beyond those boundaries. A perimeter can be established using natural breaks, such as a river, a highway, or a dozer guard that is constructed by the fire crews. The fire can still burn aggressively within the perimeter where crowning in the trees can occur, but the fire is not spreading outside of these boundaries. The next stage is the under control stage of the fire. At this stage, the fire crews have gained the upper hand, and the fire is completely contained within that perimeter and is no longer growing or spreading. Typically, there's no large visible flames, but there is still some smoldering and hot spots that need to be dealt with by the fire crews. Wildfire can be at this stage for a long time, including the rest of the summer months and even into the following year. The final stage is the out or extinguish stage. This is when the suppression efforts have been successful and there's no more hot spots burning. At this point, fire crews have completed their work, and it is now time for the recovery process to begin. Understanding these types of fires and the different stages helps the fire service know what to expect and how to respond. By being prepared, staying informed, we can all play a part in keeping ourselves and our communities safe. Thank you for watching, and remember, when it comes to forest fires, the power is in your hands, and only you can prevent forest fires. Stay vigilant and stay safe.